Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Junior. Congrats on first. Yeah. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Junior. How is your day? How's your week? How is everyone doing? Let me know if the volume's okay. I was kind of messing with it a little bit because I accidentally changed some settings, and so I was trying to change everything back. But let me know if it's okay. My best way of testing it is usually just record a little bit and then listen back to it. So not I don't know. There's probably a better way to do it. I don't know. But let's see. How are you? How are you? Been good. Figured out I could do archipelagos, and now I've been doing it for like a game or for. Hi, Kaz. Come welcome in. How are you? I was looking through all my art fight attacks again because I was trying to compile them so that I could what do you call it? share it at the end of the month, which is like pretty much tomorrow. Yeah, and I was looking at yours again, and I was like, wow, this month flew by. That felt like so long ago already. I'm alive. That is good to hear. That's all we can ask for sometimes is just living life and being alive. Let's see. I'm gonna try to move this over. I don't know exactly where, but here, maybe right here is an okay spot. I don't know. I don't want it to be like in the way. I don't think the bottom part's super important for like the animation, but I think it would be cool to show that like, yes, I am in fact animating things. Maybe this is a good spot. You guys don't need to see exactly what my brush settings are, and I don't really change the opacity much anyways. Yeah, that's probably a good spot. Archipelagos are basically randomized. Archipelago. Okay, I didn't read that right. But across multiple games instead of one. Oh, interesting. Well, that sounds cool. I have not been here for a short moment. Yeah, no worries. I am the same way where I'll like be watching streamers for a while and then like disappear all of a sudden for a bit. But you know, life happens, so I totally get it. Oh, cute. Yeah, I have. If you guys attacked me or have ever done fan art, which I know Junior's actually done some fan art of like Bubble Cat and stuff, it should be in that slideshow. I don't think I missed any. The only ones I didn't include were like, I didn't include all the mass attacks because it was getting a little overwhelming to like fill that folder with all the art. But I will make like an Instagram highlight most likely with like all of the attacks and then just to show it off, and I'll tag people who are on Instagram, and if not, I'll at least have your art fight handle on it. So yeah, I don't know, like I said, I've said it a million times and I'll say it again, I did not expect all the attacks I got, and I compiled all the attacks that I received this year because I was like, you know, it's the end of the month pretty much, so I'm probably not gonna get too many more. And then one thing led to another, or not one thing led to another. I literally like finished putting it all together, and then I checked art fight and I had one more, which did get put in there. It is in that folder now, so it should be in the slideshow. But I was like, holy moly, I have, I think, 44 attacks. And I think I mentioned before, my first art fight, I got 5 attacks and I was like over the moon. I was completely shocked that five different people found me and thought I was interesting enough to draw. So this time, now that I have like me and Bubble Cat and Axadoodle, having 44 attacks is like if you told me that even a month ago, I would not believe you. I'm getting withdrawals from not receiving art. You didn't attack. Oh, I have them bookmarked, but honestly, I was trying my best to do revenges on as many people as I could. But I do have them bookmarked, so if anything, maybe I'll do it just outside of art fight and just do it as like a normal art piece. Sam interesting do. Yeah. That will work. Yeah, don't worry. I still have all these bookmarked, and I always said that I would try to attack everyone back who attacked me. I just really didn't expect this many attacks. Like, never in like my life did I imagine I would get this many attacks. So this was really mind-blowing for me. But anyways, since I'm yapping anyways, let me put on some music. Let me know if this volume is okay. And of course, I feel like I always happen to start with a song that starts really quiet. Okay, let me know if this volume is okay. But anyways, recently I figured today we'll kind of wind down on art fight and try to transition into other stuff. Recently I've been getting a lot of comments on and stuff on my Bubble Cat. I posted an animation a little while ago and it got a lot of attention, and a lot of people were saying, I really want to squish Bubble Cat. So I was like, that sounds like something fun to animate. So I threw in some keyframes for a Bubble Cat animation. And yeah, I'll add a few more frames to this and then we can go from there. But I just thought this would be really fun. Nice little squishy guy. We'll add some more to smooth it out. But these are kind of the keyframes I'm thinking is like relatively unsquished to like squish. maybe we'll make it even squishier, but we'll see how it goes. This animation's so cute. Thank you. I hope we can make it even cuter. Yeah, I kind of just threw it together, just kind of general vibes. The sketch tends to be super duper sloppy, not like sloppy, but like very rough. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm wondering if I'll regret doing the keyframes and filling it in the middle, but I think it'll be okay. So we'll just kind of put some in between. I think, yeah, I just want to squish it down a little bit, and we'll clean it up when we're actually like lining it with like a clean brush or something. See that? We'll move the tail. Yeah, so let me actually, before I get too ahead of myself, I'll finish this. So I think there's a few motions that I want to do. I'll group this. One is that I want the tail swishing, right? I want the ears to kind of go up and down. And most importantly, I want cheeks super squishy. So it'll kind of turn into sort of like a pinching looking motion on some of the sides. And then the tail will kind of be independently swinging back and forth. But that's kind of what we're looking at, is a few main big motions. And so I have most of the keyframes. It's like up, ears go down, cheeks go up, and then kind of same thing. It just goes back and forth, up, down, up, like that. And then the tail will swish back and forth. Thank you for the alert, Casca. Also, let me know if I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure I've asked you before, but sometimes I forget. And especially this month, I feel like there's been so many new people in here, and my memory is like that of a goldfish. So if that goes to anyone, if I'm saying your name wrong, feel free to correct me. The main issue for me with Archipelagos is that I can only play browser games because I don't have Windows. I need to get a new laptop or PC when I get the chance. I see. The bubble cat's so cute as always, but extra cute being squished. Yeah, I like the squishy motion. I saw someone being like, "Oh, I want to squish it, but I'm worried that it'll pop." So this will be a reassurance that bubble cat will not pop. He's very sturdy. Okay. So you've got him squishing a little bit. I should push the hands up to really show the squishing motion. Boop, just a little bit here. Down here. You know what made this really, or what helped me a lot with this is, I don't know if anyone played Genshin at all or plays Genshin at all. I haven't played in a while, but I do have a little like Butao desk lamp. It doesn't actually, like, I don't know where the charger is for it, so it doesn't currently work. But it's like a squishy lamp, and Butao is like the little mascot that goes with Hutao, and it's very it is very round and very squishy. So I was literally holding it at my desk trying to see like how my hand looks with this. So it was like the perfect little reference. Let's see. Lower the opacity of this a little bit. And the frame rate will increase a little bit, but for now, here, I'll start inching it up. I think the goal will be 10 frames per second, but right now I don't have a lot of frames right now. Okay, also forgot that this one, the ears, so every other squish, like the first squish will be ears all the way down, and then the second squish will be just a little bit down so that it's not like too loopy. So I think this middle frame, I can like squish the ears a little more. One thing I kind of wish I did, which I normally do when I draw Bubble Cat, is I wish I had the tail and ears on a separate layer so that I could like kind of squish it without squishing the rest of it. But it's a rough sketch anyway, so I think it's okay. I think the face can use a little bit of a squish too, just a tad bit. Maybe a little more. Oh, this one is Kai has been listening to Big Bang, and he had G Dragon on here, and I put this song in my playlist because I liked it. Okay, this one's like more squishy than the other one, so I'm actually gonna push the hand up a little more. Maybe a little more. I think this side could use a little more. On that same note, I think the tail here can also be a little more swishy. The bubble cat is cute. Made of super squishy bubble soap. Yeah! We were talking recently, me and my siblings, about how normally my mom's the one that does dishes and stuff. And so there was this one time in the last like 10 years, I would say, when my dad was doing the dishes and he like squeezed the soap a little bit and a little bubble came out and he like freaked out. He was all excited. He was like, oh my gosh, look, it's like a real bubble just in the kitchen. And we all peeked in and we're like, that just happens sometimes, I think, with the soap. And we were all laughing because it was just so funny that like he was very bewildered by a soap bubble in the wild, I guess. Okay, getting in there. So interestingly enough, I feel like learning Live 2D actually helped a lot with my frame by frame animation. Like I feel like it really helped me understand pendulum physics a lot. Like kind of mentally breaking down how something like a tail would look when it's swishing. Granted, this still feels like it looks weird, but I think it's because I don't know, should I drag it a little more? Maybe. I'll duplicate this one, and then we'll go backwards a little bit. It's coming down from the squish a little, and then the ears are coming up from that position. So, you know what? I might just erase it and redraw it. That's another thing I really liked about the Bubble Cat character is like they're all very simple shapes. So drawing variations of it for all these frames is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Squishy Bubble Cat. Hi Lottie the doggy, welcome in. How are you, Lottie? Yeah, Squishy Bubble Cat. A lot of people were saying they wanted to squish the Bubble Cat, both on like Instagram and Twitter, where Bubble Cat was getting a lot more attention than I expected, which I'm not complaining about. I'm very flattered that people like Bubble Cat. So it makes me very happy to see. So I was like, it was, I try not to let social media get to my head at all, but it did give me a lot of motivation to continue, because I actually have quite a few Bubble Cat animations that have been kind of sitting in my Procreate untouched. But seeing so many people like the character, both from Artfight and from just like social media in general, gave me a lot of motivation to like come back to these. So actually, once I get this, let me just, we're just rough sketching each of the frames for now. But once we get, let's see, I'll fix the hand in a second too. Ooh, that ear looks weird. Hold on, hold on. Pause, pause, pause. Maybe we'll come back to this. But so in addition to the squish one, I have this one. I actually posted a work in progress a while ago. It's like a dancy bubble cat. Also just the keyframes, but you know, I thought it was a cute idea, and I thought this would make a good emote or something, like a kind of jamming emote. But we'll get to that another time. And then similarly, I completely forgot I had this one. It's a bubble cat doing a flip, which I kind of cleaned up too. So maybe we'll do a poll at some point and see which one we should animate next. Should I just put all these bubble cat animations around on my overlay? That way this guy's not alone. Like we could put all of them. We could put this one. We could put, this is the one that got a lot of attention on Twitter. I was really surprised that people liked it, but yeah, I'm not complaining. Anyways, okay. Okay. Anyways, back to our squishy guy. So I think we were on this frame, which I'm going to push the hands up a little bit again. Oh, baby, I'm a wreck when I'm this part can also be squish this a little bit. Maybe I'll have this tail a little further even. Okay, ears are floppy. Tail, I think the frame right after this one should be a little more straightened out. Or a little more like that way, I guess. Okay, that's looking cute. Looking real squishy. I don't know if the blink feels a little too abrupt though. Maybe this eye, I'll make a copy of it, but maybe this one should be a little bit more like a blinky eye. Kind of like a almost blinky, not quite as blinky as that one, but kind of still opening. I feel like the tail is throwing me off, like maybe starting I think this can scooch over. Turn off these. more drastic of a tail wag. Okay, I like this. I like this. I think the thumb here can be. Yeah, nice and simple, but it's squishing. Should I squish it? Should it be more squished? Like, are we squishing it enough? Like, maybe this part you can be like a little more squished. On the other hand, we could make this part a little less squished, like a little bigger. Okay, 1, 2, 3, we're at 6 frames. My gut is saying one more frame after this that pulls down a little, which might just replace that frame before, but we'll see. Like, I'm thinking super relaxed, super duper unsquished. Ears even could go like what if we replace this one? Hello, Viet Beast, how are you? Thank you for the hydrate. I have my water this time. I feel like there's always like a 50% chance that I forget to bring the water up. 10 bonus bubbles. Hey, we established that that's not the least amount. 670. 6-7. I've been called Unk for making too many 6-7 jokes. All right, there's my water. 69 bonus bubbles. Nice. Very nice. How's the leaderboard looking? I think I have it pinned on my thing, but every time, all your bubbles. Okay, you know what? You guys are in luck because I forgot to change the like idle like rate that you earn bubbles for watching my stream back, so it's still at twice as much as it normally is. I think it's at 20 bubbles per 10 minutes. So it's pretty much like 2 bubbles per minute. But I think it gets awarded at like the 10-minute mark. Why is Seribot on top? Hold on, I'm getting rid of Seribot's bubbles. Is it set points? Set points, Seribot 0. All right, cool. Let's see the leaderboard. Leaderboard. I'll have this open and I will watch your guys' gambling addiction in real time. Nightbot. What's Nightbot doing here? Huh. I don't even know if I have anything on Nightbot still. I feel like I moved most of my things to Stream Elements, but I'm scared to like get rid of them in case I did leave information on it. Set points Nightbot 0. I think there's a setting also to to make sure they don't earn bubbles. We're gonna fix it in real time. Loyalty points. A 7-stream streak. Nice. Congratulations on the 7-stream streak. I think my most in a stream right now is at like 4 or 5, maybe 5. I've been trying my best to be consistent about watching people, which I think is extra impressive because my notifications still aren't working. Okay, ignored users. They won't. Okay. Nightbot. Seribot. I think it's Ko-fi Streambot. I think those are the only ones I have. I also don't get points for my own thingy-mabobber, for my own watching my own stream, because that would be kind of silly. Alrighty, I think we're good. I think we're chilling. Okay, anyways, what were we doing? Oh, I was stretching this hand out. I feel like I stretched the middle part out too much. This hand is looking a little funky now. Maybe I'm moving the bottom of Bubble Cat too much, so it feels less like a squish and more like I'm just bouncing him. Maybe that's what the problem is. Like, I think if the top and bottom move less, then it'll look a little more like a squish. Like this. Like I should be emphasizing the outwardness. Ooh, that looks squishy. And then I can pull the hand out a little bit. This thing's gonna be so pixelated by the time I like actually start like lining it with my normal brushes. Squish, squish. Maybe that's all I need to do is just make it squish out this way first. That's pretty squishy, I think. What do you guys think? Squishier, or is this good? Welcome back from ads also. Is this a good amount of squish? Is it too much squish? Not enough squish? Is there such thing as too much squish? I don't want to pop Bubble Cat. I think this is okay. We'll draw it like this, and we're always free to tweak it later. Okay, we'll do the scary part now, which is merging all the layers. Yeah, we'll just do it. I'm just gonna commit to it. Yeah. Oh, I got rid of this frame. I don't know if I want that frame as the thing. Yeah, I don't need that frame. That feels very extra. Where are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames at 8 frames per second. Sometimes I'm like, should I match the number of frames so that like it's a 1 second loop? But I feel like if it looks good, I shouldn't mess with it. Could make it like, what if I put it at 6? No, that looks a little too choppy now. Or maybe I'm just saying that because now I'm used to looking at it at 8 frames per second. I do think 10 is too much though. It's kind of funny though. I think 8 is a good amount. Bouncy bouncy. Looks like a good amount to me. Sure, we'll take it. If we want to add frames in between later, I think Kai might be playing League. I heard that, what was it, League Classic is back or whatever. Yeah, so if you hear that in the background, thanks for the Kai sound. I always forget that that's a command. Yeah, if you hear Kai on stream, feel free to throw out a Kai sound. Yeah, I heard that twice. Yeah, on the rare occasion that I am in Discord with him, I get to hear it multiple times. And sometimes if he's loud enough, his mic won't even pick it up. So I just hear it through the other room. And then I get to be a tattletale and tell everyone else in the Discord that he did in fact scream. The mic just didn't pick it up. Imagine if I was in Discord and streaming, and so I could, oh wait, no, I would still only hear it twice. Because I don't hear my own stream. I mean, I guess I could turn on the volume of my own screen, then I would hear it 3 times. But no need to do all that. Alright, let's go ahead and line this bad boy. Is this thickness, or should I make it thicker? Yeah, let's use that one. Or I could start with this one, and then go back around with the thick one at the very end. Okay, and I will put the ears and the tail on their own layers. Hi Lee, welcome in. Thanks for the daily doodle and the break time redeem. All right, let me get this ear on here, and then we will take a break. But how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are all taking breaks when you need to. We got some Thai food earlier, and one of the things we got came with lettuce, and Kai and I were like, oh my gosh, diarrhea lettuce. Hi cats at play. Hello cats, how are you? How's it going? Sleepy, also happy. Ooh. Any particular reason you're happy, or are you just in a good mood in general? Either way, I'm happy that you're happy. An exclusive Warhammer miniature I wanted. Someone's selling me. Ooh, nice. Oh, that's so cool. Inquisitor Ostromandius. That sounds very cool. Sounds fancy. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. We're just, yeah, we're just animating Bubble Cat being squished today. So this is, we just started, like literally just started the line art, but this is kind of what we've got so far, is a squishy little guy. Cute, thank you. Can Cassie sit on your keyboard? I don't even know where she is right now, but yeah, last stream she was trying to sit on my keyboard and then I got her off of it, and then right when I switched, and actually if you go back to my VOD from last time, at the exact moment that I switched to my ending screen, you can hear a little bit of a thud. That was her plopping down onto my keyboard, and then I got the little pop-up that was like, are you sure you want to delete ending screen? And I was like, oh my gosh, he almost deleted the ending screen while I was on the ending screen. So that would have been interesting. I don't know what would have happened if you like delete the scene that you're on while you're in it. Like, I assume it'll just go to the next one. Yeah, honestly, I just got a drink of water, so we'll just take a quick little mini break and chit chat here, and we'll call that the break for the redeem from Lee. But thank you for redeeming break. I will take this moment to stretch. You guys should stretch too. Everyone, reach up to the sky wherever you are and stretch. Ooh. This feels like when I used to work at a summer camp, and we would do like stretching time, and I would just do random little like exercises with the kids, like stretch to the sky, and then stretch to your right, and then stretch over to your left, and then touch your toes, and then touch the sky again. Nice fishing. Lee VIP. Ooh, 10 stream streak. Nice, nice. Wow, you guys are, I was about to say you guys are streaking, but that sounds a little bit weird. I'm low-key thinking of being done with art fight because my brain's low-key not coming up with any more pose inspo. Yeah, I've been feeling that too. I know art fight technically doesn't end till the end of this week, but I was like, I'm a little, as fun as it is, I was like, I think I need to wind down. So I figured this would be a good transition and back into like my normal art, if that makes sense. Not that art fight isn't like normal art, but it was very like rapid fire, like drawing people, pulling up references, like the whole shebang, which like is typically what you do anyways, but I feel like there's like less pressure when you're kind of just doing your own thing. Yeah, I see Viet Beast is going crazy on the fish. Have you gotten a Psyduck yet? I know he's in there somewhere. Still trying for it. Yeah, but it's been art fight has been good, and I still managed to get 10 attacks in, even on top of the commission work that I was working on. So I call that a win. Ooh, how many did you get? You got 5 bonus bubbles. Oh, I don't think whatever happened with Kai was a very good thing. I want the Psyduck. I want you to get the Psyduck too. I think the only way to like increase the like chance of getting it though is by decreasing the value, because it automatically sets the rate based on how valuable it is. So I don't want you to get less like points for it. Not that, I don't know if there's anything like you can do with the points in stream fishing in lurk bait aside from just like having it like bragging rights. Nice, y'all got some bonus bubbles. 50 bonus bubbles, nice. Yeah, you guys can gamble with the bubbles. I know Viet Beast has been here for the gambling. I'm feeding your guys' gambling addiction. But you know what? I would rather you guys gamble bubbles rather than real money. You do you, obviously, but at least you can get the gambling itch here without like losing anything for real. Ooh, nice. You got 50 more bubbles. You caught a common pike. I can't remember how to see the default fish. I feel like there used to be like you could just access the whole list of default fish, because I have it so it has the default fish plus the custom fish that I have. But I don't have enough custom fish to rely like totally on it, because I think I have like a few colored crayons for fun. I have a bubble cat. I think I threw in like my sub badge in there. You can't actually use it as a sub badge, but I just threw it in there as a fishable. I have Psyduck, I have Axadoodle. I think I have the sad hamster that I put in there when that was trending. I made a sticker out of it because people were like, "Oh my gosh, I would want a sticker of this," and then I ordered stickers of it, and nobody bought them. So yeah, that's kind of like greeting cards. There was one person who was like, "Oh, please add this to your Etsy as a greeting card," and so I was like, "Sure." There seems to be a lot of interest, so I added it to my Etsy, and nobody bought it. And so I just had a bunch of greeting cards that quite literally gathered dust. And like, yeah, oh yeah, the ice cream cone. You know, I made these custom, like, not custom, I guess, but I made these ice cream sub badges, which are available on my Ko-fi if you guys want them. Um, Partially inspired by Vanilla Mochi because he has an ice cream in his name. But I don't think those have been used much either. I think people have gotten them from my shop, but I have never like seen them in the wild, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you guys ever get the emotes and stuff from my shop, I think I have some free emotes on my Ko-fi. Let me know so I can check it out. I would love to see it in the wild. Okay, let's get back into this. We've got this so far. Yeah, I think I will go for the thicker brush on this guy. Just to ruin things. You're drunk in my kitchen, too busy playing love, don't listen to me when I say squish, yeah, squish. I hope Bubble Cat is squishy enough for the people. I got comments on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, all alike, asking if they could squish Bubble Cat. So this is my way of saying, yes, you can squish Bubble Cat. Man, I've been in a real Conan Gray mood recently. I don't know why. You got it! Oh, you got it! Nice, you can quit now. Oh my gosh, that took how many streams to get Psyduck? Let's go. Oh, that's so funny that with the phishing message, Chatty Doo was triggered with the Psyduck. Oh, congratulations. I'm very happy for you. I set the weight of Psyduck to, I think it's 20 kilograms, which is what Google said Psyduck actually weighs. And did you notice I put the Viet Beast drawing that we did like a year ago? It's a Psyduck, but is it a real Psyduck? It's a Psyduck in disguise? Question mark? I'm glad you got it though. I'll probably make this thicker too, but I do want to start with the thinner brush so that I don't try to take shortcuts with the details, or like, I don't know, I feel like you can tell when something was drawn with a big brush versus like whether it was like drawn properly and then outlined. And I do like the latter. Honestly, after Art Fight is done, I might make some more reference sheets for my other OCs for Art Fight next year. You should! Yeah, honestly, also sometimes, like, yeah, after working on other people's OCs, sometimes I'm like, wow, I need to up my game on my references, because most of my references I kind of put together pretty last minute. I know the first year I did Art Fight was definitely like that, because I was like, oh, maybe I should have some kind of character here, and that was before I started streaming too. So I was like, well, this is the closest thing I have to like an OC. So I literally just had like pretty much what I was planning on rigging. Oh, I missed this. That's okay. Yeah, I pretty much drew what I was going to use as a model, and then I just threw that onto Artfight as a reference. And then by the time I decided I actually would draw and rig my model, or like rig my model, I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know if I like the art style of how I drew it the first time. So I completely redrew my model. And that's the version that you see now. But yeah, the first version, I don't know if it was even the first version, but the last version before this of Sammy Do model was pretty much just my first Art Fight reference. I'm not scrambling to make reference sheets before Art Fights. Oh yeah, so that you're not scrambling at the beginning of Art Fight next year. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know if I was really gonna dive into Art Fight this year, so I didn't revamp my references like I feel like I should have. But once it started, and once I like started attacking people and I got into the swing of things, I was like, man, I wish I updated things. I did kind of update it because I realized that the version of myself that I put most recently didn't have like stickers on my face. So I was like, okay, let me just upload one more image to it just to show a version with stickers. Like, I always feel like the stickers are like an optional thing because, you know, they're stickers, you stick them on things. Whatever, right? But yeah, I was maybe for next year I'll have a better reference. Also for Bubble Cat and Axadoodle. I mean, Axadoodle didn't even have a name till after I uploaded him. So I think I should prepare real references for them as well. I think it would really help with Bubble Cat. Granted, Bubble Cat, like most bubbles, they're pretty translucent. So like the colors you can be pretty creative with, I think. Axadoodle does have kind of specific colors, which I think are mostly highlighted on that reference, but the reference was technically shaded, so it's a little hard to color pick from it. Typically, your references shouldn't be rendered or shaded because the idea is that, like, here are the base colors that make up this character. So I think I'm on the same boat where after Art Fight's done, maybe I'll create proper references for them. I actually found I never made a proper reference for either like Vanilla Mochi or Kaihane, but I did find a document that I apparently created with like the hex codes for all of Kai's colors on his model. I didn't even remember making that, but apparently that exists, so maybe that's a sign that I should make proper references for them. I'm commissioning someone to make a reference sheet for my OC Darius because I'm low-key really not happy with it. Oh, I remember seeing it. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, a reference can never hurt. Like, I think, yeah, that's cool that you're commissioning someone to do that. Yeah, I remember bookmarking it and being like, oh yeah, I'll totally attack this. And then, oh, I did not expect to be so overloaded. And then I was like, okay, at least for like stream purposes, I was like, I should prioritize people I have been following for a while and like, you know, people that I knew previously that I wanted to attack. I'm commissioning someone from a Minecraft server, so payment is in the game currency. Oh, that's cool that they do. Oh, sorry, hiccups. That's cool that they do that. Hey, whatever works. If like, as long as everyone's happy with it, I think that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, the hiccups are getting to me. Maybe I'll take a real break in a little bit. We're at almost the hour mark anyways. Let me just get some colors on here. See, I do have colors saved for Bubble Cat right here. So like making a reference wouldn't be too crazy. Here, actually after this, let me put the fingernails on the hands and then I can just turn off the sketch layer. I think that will be easy peasy. I'm just gonna go like this. I'm debating whether when I get my new tablet if I should try out Procreate or not. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've been using Procreate for a while, but I think Procreate is very worth it because unlike a lot of other paid art programs, Procreate is a one-time purchase. Like it's not like a subscription model because I feel like other art programs are either like completely free or it's paid, but you have to pay like every month or like for like a 1-year subscription or something. So Procreate, I don't know how much it is now, but it's relatively cheap. It's a one-time fee. I think Kai literally got Procreate for me when I got my iPad because I was really hesitating on like really diving into it. And like I think at the time especially, I mean honestly still to this day, I feel like I have trouble justifying spending money on myself for like fun things. And so like while I was debating, he literally just got it for me. He was like, there, paid for, it's there, it's on your iPad, use it. And I did, and I really like it. I find it pretty user friendly, and especially because it's on a tablet and you can use like the Apple Pencil and stuff, it's very like easy to transition into it if you're used to mostly traditional art, like pencil and paper kind of stuff. Yeah, obviously up to you. There's no wrong answer, and don't feel bad if you don't like it because that's part of the process, is learning what you do and don't like about certain art programs. Yeah, they just had a pretty big, I don't know if it was like a huge update, but it was a decently big update recently, which kind of changed a little bit about like the tools and stuff. And I think people who got used to how it was before were like, oh, this isn't as intuitive anymore. But honestly, as someone who used to use like Photoshop and like other art programs, I don't think this is any less intuitive than it was before. Like, I think people were just not liking the idea of changing their own like the habits that they built with the old interface and stuff. Not that the interface changed a whole lot, but like the menu on the layers changed a bit. So for example, there used to be just a button right at the top next to like the layers that said group. Now when you want to group things, you have to like select the things and then you click the word layers, and like all these options are here now. But yeah, I feel like they're pretty good about like listening to their users also and making changes based on what people like, the feedback that the users have, because they're actually a pretty like, they're not a huge company. They've got obviously grown a lot, but I remember back when they were still doing like the meet our staff and stuff, and it was like literally just one small building. They had like an on-site like guy who made lunches and stuff for them. I think they were just starting to branch off into other languages, so they had just hired like a Japanese staff member who was doing some Japanese localization. But yeah, like Procreate is not like Adobe. Like it's not like a huge thing, so they're still very like involved with user feedback, if that makes sense. You know, let's do the white outline first. I think this will help with emphasizing the squishiness. Maybe we'll connect this. I'm also used to Paint, but one bummer thing is that you have to pay for a subscription for additional features. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like with Procreate, because it's the one-time fee and then that's it. Like you get all that Procreate has to offer. There's no like paid features or anything. The only thing that could even remotely be considered like an add-on would be like user brushes. So like if you find custom brushes that other artists make, then that kind of is paid, but that's not paying Procreate, that's like paying other artists for their stuff, if that makes sense. Like I have custom brushes on my shops and stuff. I wouldn't consider that like a Procreate add-on though. All the features that Procreate has lives in Procreate. And you either have it or you don't, pretty much. So also a nice thing. Thank you for the hydrate. Thanks, Casca. I will drink some water in a second. What time is it? 7. Here, I'll stick around longer until it's time to get Cassie's food, and then I'll take a normal break there. But I will drink my water now. You guys should also drink water because it is summertime and it is probably hot. Unless you're in Australia, in which case it's winter time, but still stay hydrated. Wow, my mouth looks like it's way open when I'm drinking my water. How's animating? Pretty good. I'm starting to like draw and render that first frame, so it's coming along. It looks a little jarring when just that one frame is colored, but yeah, it's getting there. It's currently a decent temperature in the food truck right now. Oh, nice, that's good. Yeah, I'd imagine being in a food truck while it's like super hot is not nearly as fun. So I'm glad it's manageable right now. Did you guys have like your dinner rush already, or is that, I don't know what time it is for you, but let's see, right now for us it's about 7 p.m. so kind of dinner-ish time. I ate dinner a little bit early today just because I figured I wanted to stream and kind of wanted to play. I don't know if he's playing League or Baldur's Gate right now. Actually, he got back into Baldur's Gate recently, so he might be doing that. Yeah, both are things that make him loud and excited. It's currently 8 p.m. for me. The dinner rush thing is a rare thing, so I haven't had one today. Okay, that's good. That is good to hear. I guess dinner rush could be a good thing sometimes though. Like sometimes you like the drive of customers, but it's also nice to not have to deal with all the like craziness. Hello Kai, speak of the devil. Nice emo. I didn't realize you were subbed. Oh, that makes sense. I saw it like I think when Viet Beast used his Prime sub, it showed at the end of stream that there were two, but it didn't show me who it was. But that would make sense. Nice emo. Where'd you get that? I feel so eepy. Then eep. Yeah, don't force yourself to stay awake. I mean, I guess sometimes it's okay to force yourself to stay awake. Like if you're trying to fix your sleep schedule, then stay awake until a reasonable time. But if you're feeling like extra eepy, then I agree. Just eep. Just do it. I love my life choices. That's the spirit. No regrets. Or what was it? No regrets. That that what movie is that? I'm blanking on the name. No regrets. I was gonna put a little like reflection thing here, but I'm thinking maybe I'll do that for like the extra squishy one, like right there. I'll put the squish there. Okay, we've got that. Let's start putting in some more colors. So typically I start with the purple and then I put pink towards the middle of each of the shapes. So that would be like the middle of the main bubble. And then kind of also in the middle of the ears and along the middle of the tail, which I just realized I didn't put the white outline around there, but that's okay. And then I also put blue around the edge of the shape. And that is how we get the bubble. Yeah, I feel like it could look bubblier, but I feel like this is kind of the gist of what I do normally. And then I put like reflections and sparklies. Should I make it like a heart-shaped one? It's kind of cute. Ooh, I like that. Maybe I'll make it a little more. Mew, mew, mew. I guess I have no arguments anymore. You're right. Go eep? No. Yes. Did you stay up late or are you just like normal eepy? Like a normal usual amount of eepy? Because sometimes I'm like, man, I'm eepy, but like it's like normal sleepy. Like I feel like I'm always a little tired. Like regardless of whether you get lots of sleep or just a little bit of sleep, it feels like it's always like just like bleh. There's like a point in the day where I'm like, I could use a nap. It's usual for me to just not sleep. Well, don't go completely without sleep. That can be bad for you too. Like in Minecraft, those scary things start attacking. I don't remember what they're called. The like nightmare-y things. Add some sparkles. Sparkle. With your little twinkly. Somewhere, skywards. forgetting. Wow, Kai's doing a real evil laugh out there. Phantoms? Is that what it is? I can't remember. I'm not like super. I'm a little bit not good at Minecraft. I just go in there and then build stuff with whatever whatever my friends find for me to build with. Yeah, is that the thing? Like the things that like follow you if you skip sleeping for a while, and they start like attacking you. It might be. I'm not sure. I haven't played Minecraft in a long time. This song is pretty fitting. It sounds like people are having a pretty good day. Some sparklies. It's a beautiful day. I've just been playing this game for over 10 years at this point, so I'm well knowledgeable. I believe it. I have a friend who plays a lot of Minecraft. She would probably know. I'm less literate in the Minecrafts. I know they added like the cushion thing or whatever that you can sit on, like the item. I don't know, something about this is not giving bubble cat. Maybe I just need a little more blue. Hold on, this should be up on top still. Maybe I have too much pink. It's pretty bubbly. Kind of. Yeah, the cushion's cool. Just a random fun fact. I used to be top 1500 on Hypixel build battle for some time before I quit playing. Ooh, that sounds very cool. Wow, it's like I'm in the presence of a celebrity. I used to be good at building. It's giving back in the day. Back in my day. Kai says that about Fortnite. I used to be good at Fortnite. Now occasionally he gets back into Fortnite when there's like interesting collabs, and then he's like, man, these kids are clowning on me. Is that the term? Okay, that's a bubble, kind of. We'll shade the hands a little bit. I don't want to like overdo it, especially since I have to draw this a few times. Oh wait. Yeah. At the top of my lungs, 'cause it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna Now I'm still good because I'm awesome, but I am past my prime. I feel that about Project Sekai, which, don't get me wrong, I haven't played for like super long. Like I think I first started playing like 3 years ago, but there was a point that I was really good, or not like really good, but like I was a lot better than I expected I would ever get because I feel like I play pretty casually. However, not to call myself unk, but I'm pretty old for at least like the average. I don't know. This is a pretty wide range of people that play Project Sekai, but there's also a lot of very young players, and I dove into it. And then when I was like at what I would consider my prime, I started having wrist problems. Yeah, and I didn't want to admit to the doctor that like the repetitive motion that was probably causing this, because he was like, do you do any repetitive motions with your hands? And so naturally I was like, oh, I type a lot for work, which is kind of true, but it's not like typing. Like I'm using the keyboard, but I wouldn't say I'm like typing up whole essays at work, you know. So yeah, never too old to have fun. I agree, I was having a lot of fun until I was yeah, I had the wrist problems, and they were like, yeah, you have pretty much tendonitis because you keep using your hands too much. So I had to wear a wrist brace for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, I was still playing. It was hard to play because I play on my thumbs too. I play on my phone, which people also make fun of, because if you get really into rhythm games, like playing on your phone is not the most optimal way to do it, but I'm a little stubborn, and once I get used to playing a certain way, I kind of just stick with it. So I got used to playing with my phone, and then naturally I just stuck with it, and you know, I was pretty comfortable clearing like level 29 songs, which I think like beyond that is where it starts to get to like once you get to like the append levels, that's where it's like, okay, you have to play with more than 2 fingers. Like that's literally in the description. So I never played append because I was always playing on my thumbs. But even when I had the wrist brace, I was just playing on slightly lower difficulties on some songs with the wrist brace, or I was just like once in a while pushing my limits and trying the level 28, 29s with the wrist brace. Would not recommend. But yeah, that was yeah, I never really got back to that. I think the highest I full comboed one one level 30 song, and that it was like the only song that I've ever full comboed on level 30, and I don't think I've full comboed it since then. I was proud of it though, and I think at some point I got all perfect on a level 26 question mark. It was Teammates, the More Jump Commission song, which is I really like the Honeywork songs, so I was really happy. I like AP'd on like my first or second try too, so I was ridiculously proud of that. Never did that again. I still full combo it, but all perfect? No, not even a question. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't know, something about, I don't know if it's just like darker than I expected, but like it feels like it's not giving bubble, it's giving purple cat. But maybe I'm overthinking it. Thank you for the hydrate again. What time is it now? Oh, we still got time. Wow, you were like waiting for that cooldown. Maybe something like this. Maybe I'll just lighten it a little bit. Sure. I don't want you to be scared to say. Sure, I can live with this. Should I make the hands like thicker? Maybe. It does look like it sticks out. I'm so tired. I think I'll go to sleep. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Good luck. Thank you. Get lots of rest. I hope you sleep well. Yeah, don't stay up too late. Make sure to be really well rested, and we'll see you next time. Yeah. I'll be here. I'll stick around. I'll be working on Bubble Cat. Let me drink the water. I saw the hydrate redeem and then was like, let me do one more thing, and that's how you get confused. So that was like a really loud gulp of water. I'm sorry. Not the kind of ASMR that I feel like people like. But yeah, don't force yourself to stay awake. That goes to everyone. If you're tired, get some rest. It's still a work night or school night if you're still in school. Or both if you're in school and working. Oh my gosh, I just realized I had the brush size cranked way up. I'll use this one. No, I'll use this one. Yeah, this would make a cute emote, except I think I'm making this way too big to be an emote. Like, I can shrink it down, but it might be kind of pixelated. We'll see. Either way, I think it'll be a cute animation. Speaking of animations, I forgot that I never finished that art I started for my starting screen. I meant to replace that, like, I think I was hoping to finish that art and animation by my first streaming anniversary, and that was several months ago now. So, yeah, I was like sitting there looking at my starting screen, and I was like, wow, this was literally something I threw together that same weekend that I just randomly decided, what if I went live just to see what happened? Like, you can see just the randomly added starting soon text that was just put on there after the fact, because I was like, wow, I put all these animations on here and nowhere does it say starting soon. Gosh, what is happening with my pencil? this is a 4-hour playlist, and somehow it feels like every stream it cycles through the same songs, and I have it shuffling. Whatever, I won't question it. Okay. I'm thinking. It's tough to kind of see what the difference is between the frames when the line thickness of the sketch and the line thickness of the line art that I did is not quite the same. And then the difference is like so teeny tiny. I can finally start cleaning things for closing. Yay, nice! Happy for you. I'm glad you can start wrapping things up. That's always a good feeling, is when you can like really start closing up what you're doing. Oh, hiccups. Oh. Yeah, even towards the end of today for me, I was like, I had to send something to our newer hire, to mostly something for her to work on tomorrow, technically. And so once I was able to finish that and like get that onto her plate, I was like, cool, it's not a reasonable time to start something new for me today, so I can like, you know, stick around in case she has questions. But for the most part, I was like, my work here is done. Yeah, and it's been slow, which is really both really nice, but also it like kind of forces us, I guess this isn't a bad thing, but it gives us more opportunity to train our new hire, who she's a fresh graduate, so like everything is very new to her. So there's a lot of room to grow and a lot of things to teach her, which is not a bad thing, but it forces us to kind of slow down a lot of what we work on. But it will be worth it in the long run. Like, I made a few, like, I think helpful guides for training her, because we aren't super used to new hires yet as a team. So I made a few resources that I'm hoping will be super duper helpful. But I guess only time will tell. Okay, what time is it? I think we have. Oh, ads are running right now. Actually, I was gonna say, oh, next ad break. I'll get Cassie's food, but I missed that first message, so I guess we'll wait a bit. Other side. Hope you guys can't hear my stomach rumbling. It's not rumbling because I'm hungry. In fact, the opposite. I think it's rumbling because I ate right before and was pretty full, and then I keep drinking water, which hasn't happened in a while. I think when I first started streaming, it happened a lot. But it's been a while since it did that. I feel like it just happens when I start talking a lot right after drinking a lot of water, which I guess is a good sign because it means I've been staying hydrated. Alright. Oh, I didn't change the other hand yet. No wonder the fingernail felt like it didn't move, because it didn't. Oh gosh, I did not have my iPad plugged in this whole time. Maybe that's a sign I should get Cassie's food for a bit and let this charge. I think it should be fine. I hope this charger can keep up. Hold on, did I turn on low power mode? Because if so, I did not mean to. I did. Only because it makes the screen turn off after some time, and because I step away from my screen a lot when I'm streaming, I don't want that. Is this visible on the last one? Oh, it was, okay. Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision. Okay, one thing I want to fix though is this finger got a little less round. Okay. I like this. Kind of thinking on that thumb. No, I think that's fine. I think that's good. Hello, how are you? Hi, Bacon, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. We're just bubbling a squishy little guy, animating a squishy bubble cat. It's going pretty well, I think. We're taking our time, but I think taking our time will be worth it. Yeah, we're trying our best. It's been a while since I did like an animation on stream, so this is a little bit not new, but it's a process. I'm like debating just borrowing this, and then I guess one thing I want to do is just merge the face together. I don't want to deal with the whole multiple layers if it's all going to be the same thing. We'll do the face next, yeah. Good call. But yeah, how are you? It looks cute. I'm good, just been drawing. Ooh, nice. Hope drawing is going well. What you working on? What you drawing today? I know Katz was in here earlier, also drawing, but I think, or no, not drawing. He's working. Katz, they were working, closing up the food truck, and yeah, we were talking about how we're kind of burnt out of Art Fight, which ends I think tomorrow technically. I didn't check if they extended it this year because I know they sometimes do. But yeah, I think I'm tapped out of the attacks. I think I will still try to maybe do some like return art for people who attacked me if I can. But we shall see. If not, I'll keep them bookmarked for next year, I guess. I don't know. There were just so many. I wasn't expecting all this. They extended to August 2nd. Oh, okay. That is good to know. I won't lie, I'm probably still gonna just call it. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll see if I can find some simple ones to do. But I think I'm pretty tapped out. It's been a good year. I'll keep them. I think if I do any more like character art of people who attacked me for like non-art fight stuff, then I would want to like take my time and make sure I do it justice, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to rush it and like cram it in just for the sake of getting the points, especially because I'm Team Mystery. Team Mystery is not winning, if I'm being honest. Right? Like, let me see. What's the ratio looking like right now? Oh, they closed the results. They have it as TBA, but I'm pretty sure Team Mystery was behind like the entire time. So I'm yeah, not expecting Team Mystery to win, but that's okay. I've never cared too much about that. I'm here for the fun of it. But yeah, you're right. It does say ends in 2 days, 15 hours, and 16 minutes. Yeah, I think I will borrow the colors. Let me group these two. I should be a little bit more organized, or at least try to be. I moved it enough to have too much to like erase. But I feel like the palm should move a little bit. Here, let me just do this so that I see where I'm coming from. It's cute, do good. Drawing bunnies. Ooh, I like bunnies. Sorry, I missed that earlier. I drew a bunny a few years ago when it was the year of the rabbit. I did a little bouncing bunny animation, which I think is on Jiffy actually. I was looking through my Jiffy earlier because I was like, I haven't really updated it like a whole lot in the last like year or so, but part of it is because like Jiffy's a little weird about uploads, and a lot of times when I upload my stuff, like even if it's like within the size limit and stuff, it just doesn't work. So there's a lot of animations that I've done that I want to put on Jiffy, and I just can't figure out, like, I wish it told you why an upload failed if it fails. Maybe this is okay. I can go back and tweak it after if I really need to too. Oh, this should be under the hand. Let me just hide all of these. Make sure we're working on the same layer. So a lot of cute bunny characters. Reboot from Pokemon is super cute. True. There's a lot of bunny. So I think I found out recently there's a lot of like bunny looking Pokemon, but only like I think like 3 or something that are actually classified as like bunny or rabbit Pokemon. Like for example, like Cinderace, you would think is like a rabbit, but their like primary description thing or whatever is like soccer player or whatever. So he doesn't technically count as a rabbit Pokemon. Like there was like a whole trivia thing about it, and like I was like, wow. I guess like it makes sense, but also like, can't he be both? Can't he be a rabbit and a soccer player? Because like that's kind of what he is. Maybe I should have done the white outline first again, but I think this is fine. Honestly, the animation that went like semi like I don't know if I would say viral, but the one that got a lot more attention than my usual stuff, that was technically a mistake on not one but 2 of the frames. But I don't think anyone noticed, so I was like, I'm not going to point it out. But if you look very closely at the bubble like bubbly one that I have on my Twitter that got like 2,000 likes, there are 2 frames that technically have mistakes on them. Very minor mistakes, but mistakes nonetheless. Oh, got hiccups. Okay, I think I'll take a break in a little bit. Partially to try to, I don't know, walk off the hiccups. I don't know how to get rid of hiccups really. I used to like drink water upside down, like you put your mouth on the far side of the cup and you just flip your head upside down, and that would actually work. But I'm worried that if I do that and then get back over here and start like yapping again, it'll just make my stomach hurt. A bunny I draw a lot is Cream the Rabbit. I know, or it was hard to draw her at first, but I keep drawing her and it's been improving. That's good. That's the best way to improve. When I was younger, I had this like a couple things. I had this how to draw like whatever fantasy animals and whatever book, and I would draw the same dragon over and over, or I think it was a sea serpent. I drew the same sea serpent over and over and over again, and like that was like my favorite thing to do. That I went through a Mickey Mouse phase and I went through a SpongeBob phase. Like I drew SpongeBob just over and over and over again until like I think to this day I could tell you exactly where like the pattern of his holes. Okay, maybe not exactly. I think I remember generally, like I knew exactly where the holes on SpongeBob went. And I would just do that on like all my notebooks and stuff. Yeah, SpongeBob was the one for that I drew a lot. Mickey Mouse for a while too, and then you know, after a while I got better and better at him, but I also feel like the repetition is just like very it's good practice, even just for like getting used to drawing like smooth lines and stuff. As much as like social media artists are like, oh, don't trace, don't copy, I think like for things that you're not posting online, I would say that is a good way to learn, is like, or at least at the very beginning of like learning to draw, is like copying art you see and like tracing tracing art that you enjoy, like I said, don't post it online, because then that's where it's like, okay, you're trying, like, that's where people are like, oh, you're trying to take credit for this. But I don't think it's a bad, like, exercise, if that makes sense. Like, I spent so much of my childhood tracing coloring books, which partially was because I didn't like coloring directly into coloring books, because I was like, oh, if I trace it and then color that, then I can color it as many times as I want, and I can color it differently every time. Because otherwise I was like, it feels so permanent. Like, what if I want this one thing to be red right now, but tomorrow I look at it, I'm like, oh, I wish I colored that blue. So I would get coloring books for like Christmas and stuff, and my parents would be like, oh, you didn't color this. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did. I just traced it onto a piece of paper first, and then I colored that. So I technically still colored it. But I think that, like I said, that exercise was very helpful for like getting used to like drawing straight lines and nice circles and like things like that. Just trying to get a feel for where this should be. That's okay, 'cause I died for you. Okay, I always forget the tail. Okay, and then the sparkles I kind of just switch up every single time just to make it look like it's twinkling. I've recently been drawing Minnie. I started liking her. Yeah, Disney characters are always nice. Like, yeah. I assume you mean Minnie Mouse because I was talking about Mickey Mouse, but if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. That's okay, 'cause I died for you. I think I could use a little more blue on the top. Not that it matters too much, but that's something that's catching my eye right now. Yeah, Minnie Mouse. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's nice, especially when it's characters that you recognize. Your brain's a little bit better at detecting if something's like wrong. Like one of the early times that I did draw Mickey Mouse, I sort of used a reference, I think, and I think I still have this somewhere, and I drew it and I was like, something does not look right, but I'm just gonna stick with it. And looking back much later, you know what was weird about it? I gave him eyebrows. Mickey Mouse doesn't typically have eyebrows. At least the one that I was doing like classic Mickey with like the beady eyes, so not like cartoony like Mickey where you can see the whites of his eyes. But I drew like more like Steamboat Willie Mickey. And I gave him eyebrows, and like I keep it anyways because I'm like, that was the first attempt. Like I was like, it's nice to see how far I've come. But yeah, that was the thing that threw it off. And I knew something was off, but I was like, as a kid, I'm like, I don't know, it generally looks like Mickey. It's probably fine. Yeah, I recently got a keychain of Minnie as a Lego minifigure. Ooh, nice. That sounds really cool. I had a little minifigure. I can't remember what exactly it was, but I got it from Legoland as a kid where they were doing one of those activities outside where you like build a little Lego car and you like race it down a hill. Yeah, and I basically just made this huge like oh, your bubbles. Why do you lose them every single time? That's so sad. Rest in peace. Okay, you know what? I think we have an ad break coming in anyways, and I think I need to take a break because yeah, I've been wrecking my brain over this for a while now without a break. I'll leave this playing for now. And while I'm taking that break, I will give everyone some bubbles to gamble with. And during that time, gamble responsibly. Ads are gonna start soon. Let's see. Here, I'll set the timer first, actually. Let me throw on the timer. We'll go set count, or here, just so that we don't waste any time. Add points. Is it? I think user first, so all. I'll give you guys 100 bubbles to gamble with. Gamble responsibly, and then we'll go set countdown. We'll do 15 minutes. Break time. All right, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Gamble responsibly with your bubbles. I hope that worked that time. I think you guys should all have bubbles, even Viet Beast, who has just lost all of his. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. Alright, let me stop this. I don't know if this is like too flashy when like just two of the frames are colored and the others aren't. I feel like it's nice to like leave the animation that I'm working on going while I'm like on the break, but I don't know if maybe that was a little too jarring. Like maybe I should have switched it back to like the full sketch version and maybe that would have been okay, but yeah, let me know if you guys have a preference for the future. Hello Sammy Do, hope you're doing well. Nice artworks, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's all just it's all for fun, but I'm glad. It makes me happy when people say they like it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so we've gotten 2 frames done. I'd say I'm pretty happy with these 2 frames. So let's just keep going. We'll move on to frame number 3. Kind of thing that takes lots of patience, but it is very rewarding, which I think makes it a little easier. Thank you for the follow. Is it Raj? It's Raha Haj. Should I call you Raj, or let me know if there's a name you prefer? But thank you for the follow. I much appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like I've been meeting a lot of people this month while streaming, just because Art Fight's going, so everyone's kind of pushing to meet new artists and stuff. So there's lots of very talented artists who have been streaming lately, and I think it has been very fun. All right, let's just do the same pattern we were doing before, where we just start with the line art of the hands, and then we'll just move on from there. Yeah, I'll just do like this. And then hopefully we can work from there. Excuse any noise in the background. That is just my husband being having fun. He's been playing Baldur's Gate, which has been very fun to watch actually. If by the time I'm done streaming he's still playing, I will probably watch him. Yeah, a bunch of our friends from college have been hanging out again. Kind of, sort of, and it's been very nice. I miss hanging out with them. Yeah, it's Raj, but a bunch of ha-ha-has are added to make it, just to make the streamer or reader laugh. I like that. It's a subtle way to spread positivity. Gamble all. Oh my gosh, again. Man, you've lost your bubbles every single time today. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh man, that's really unlucky. Yeah, for those who are just tuning in, we do have the loyalty points from Stream Elements set up. So you earn bubbles for watching my stream, and then you can gamble with them. And if your luck is like Viet Beast, you have probably no bubbles left. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Wait. Raj gave you all his points. Wow, that's so sweet. Did it work? I think I have that command enabled. Let me double check. I only set this up pretty recently, so I'm actually not 100% sure if it works. Oh, Kai lost all his bubbles too. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let me check if my bubble giving 20 points. Or is it under commands? I'm not very good at let's see, stream elements. No, just normal stream elements, please. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. I think maybe something is not enabled. Dashboard. Where is it? Chatbot, chat commands, default commands. I'm getting better at it. Alerts. Add points, set points. Where's give points? I know it works because I've seen other people do it. Watch time. There's so many like default commands. If I just give. Oh, give points enabled. Do I have to save? Okay, I think it should work now if you try to give points. Unless you change your mind. If you change your mind, then don't feel pressured. But I believe I have it set now. Oh, there you go. 50 out of 51. Who's below me? That's a good question. Does it show more than 50? Page 1, page 2. Oh, I don't even think my thing refreshed. I don't know who a lot of these people are. But I'm very flattered. That means people lurk, and I am very, very flattered. Nice. We've got some point sharing in the chat. Finally free from work. Nice. I'm glad you're free. Make sure to get lots of rest and, you know, drink some water, eat dinner if you haven't already. I hope you are having a great night now that work is done. Oh my gosh, what is with everyone's luck? Everyone has lost all of their points today. Wait, that's crazy. Okay, I think, yeah, anyways, you guys can do that. You guys can do that, and I will continue working on this, and next time I look up, I would not be surprised if everyone has lost their bubbles again. Maybe I should be using a thinner brush and then just outlining it like I did the first time. Oh, did it break? Gamble 50. Gamble. Unless it was just happening too fast. Oh, VIP's lost all his bubbles again. That's why. Which software do you use if you did? Oh, for art or for the bubbles? Stream Elements. But for this, I'm using Procreate, which is, yeah, it's, I recommend it if you have an iPad and Apple Pencil. I really like animating and drawing on it. I used to draw a bit on sorry, I have hiccups, on Photoshop. But I think I got really used to drawing on Procreate after a while because I think it's an easier transition if you go from like traditional art or like just traditional drawing into digital art. I think Procreate with the Apple Pencil is great for that because you don't have like the disconnect that you get from other tablets where you're like drawing on one thing but it's appearing on a separate screen. Like this, you're looking right at the screen and drawing directly onto the screen, which I really enjoy. I did used to do the tablet like way for quite a while though, because that's what I had. And then I think around my last year of college, I think my parents got me an iPad for my birthday. And then yeah, one thing led to another, and now here I am. Oh, Procreate's nice. I'm a beginner to art, and I still don't know how to say it. Is it Ibis Paint? But I've always heard very good things about that too. That, and then if you're looking for a free art software, I've heard very good things about Krita as well. I think Krita's free. What else? Clip Studio also I've seen recommended quite a bit. Same, nice. It's pronounced IBS part except for, oh, okay. Pronounce the IBS part as separate letter. IBS. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that I see written all the time, and then once I start saying it out loud, I'm like, wait, that does not sound right. I feel like you totally know that struggle too if you like read a lot, where you're like, I know this word and I know what it means, but once you're reading it out loud, like whether it's in a class or like you're using it, you're like, I just realized that I don't know how to say this word after all. I guess the modern day readers don't always have that issue because feel like audiobooks have gotten really popular too. But then in that sense, you have the opposite problem where it's like, oh, I've heard this word because I listen to audiobooks a lot, but I don't know how to like spell it or like what it looks like on a page. You win some, you lose some, I suppose. Fingernails. I don't really like audiobooks because I prefer the feel of a book and paper in my hands. Yeah, I agree. I think the only time I ever listened to an audiobook was actually I was on a camping trip with one of my friends as a kid, or I think we were in like high school at this time, and we had like I brought some books to read too, which I also read, but I like my friend and I ended up listening to an audiobook together that she had on her phone. So we kind of just sat on the porch and listened to it together, and it felt really weird, I will say. It was hard to get used to, but it was a way to like get around the fact that we didn't like even if we had a copy of the book, we would have like one copy of the book. So we wouldn't be able to read it together necessarily. So and it was a series that we were both into. So that worked out. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I've ever been an audiobook kind of person. not not my cup of tea personally. But some people prefer it, especially if you're like multitasking. But I feel like if I'm listening to a, or like if I'm reading a book, I want to be like focused on it. And actually reading the yeah. Especially like I think pacing is another big thing because sometimes like depending on what's happening in the book, there are some parts that I'll kind of breeze through really quickly and other parts where I feel like I really need to like pause and think about like process what I just read. So that's another thing I like about physically reading a book is like I don't have to like pause the audiobook if the pacing suddenly gets thrown off. Like sometimes something so shocking happens that you just need to like put the book down and be like, whoa, did that just happen? And you think about all the like pieces and stuff that like move into it and just there's so much to think about. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a thinker. I've I've always been a bit of an overthinker, I think. I think it's also because I don't like the attempt of voice actors trying to do the yeah. Like or like just the voice acting in general, sometimes I'm like I picture it way different. But like sometimes when it's read in an audiobook, like people who read or like narrate audiobooks are good at reading and good at like yeah, I guess good at reading and storytelling, but they're not necessarily good actors. And so it feels like a really bad like dub, if that makes sense. So I'm like I feel like it's hard to really get immersed into it when someone is like essentially interpreting it for you. I'll be right back. Breakfast time. Ooh, breakfast time. Ooh, that's a very different time zone than me. It's 8:30 p.m. for me. But I hope you enjoy breakfast. What's for breakfast? I guess you're being right back, so I totally understand if you're not available to answer that question, but I hope you enjoy breakfast. It just sounds off. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad I can say I've tried it. I've tried listening to an audiobook, but I think I can confidently say that audiobooks are not my thing. I actually found out the mom of someone that I used to dance with. I don't know if she still does, but she for a time did like audiobook like work. Like she did voice work, not necessarily voice acting, but she, yeah, like I think audiobooks were exactly her thing. Was she would read audiobooks and stuff. I think that's pretty neat. Hello, hi Lunar Oddities. It's been a while. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you nice. I think I've been hearing a big mixed bag for the last few weeks, especially, where some people are having a great time and then other people are like having the worst time of their lives. But I hope things are going well for you. But you know, even the rough times kind of lead usually are the start of like a big character growth like arc for you. So if things are not going well, then I hope things get better. Let's see, this got like super squished, which I guess is what I was going for, but it's like squished to the point of not quite lining up. I think I can probably just go like this. I'm struggle bussing. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. But happy to be here and see your stream. Your VTuber's incredible. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yeah, I was kind of sorry, I have hiccups. I think I drank too much water earlier, so I've had hiccups on and off like this entire time. Um, but yeah, this last month I was mostly focused on art fights. So I was drawing a lot of other people's OCs, kind of like just grinding and drawing lots of stuff. I took 1 week off from art fight to work on some commission stuff. And then I got that pretty much squared away for the most part. And so now I can. And then I think I just wrapped up like 1 or 2 more attacks after that. And then yeah, now as the month comes to an end and art fight comes to a close, I am slowly getting back into my own art. And recently I posted some bubble cat animations that people really liked, and so I'm kind of it kind of gave me a lot of motivation to draw and animate bubble cat again, which I haven't had in a while. Oh, ad jail. Oh, sorry about that. Here, I'll wait for ads to be done. Sorry, I feel like I try to look for the ad warning that comes 5 minutes before, but I feel like it always gets lost in the sauce. But we'll play some Jeopardy music in our heads until it's over. I think it should be wrapping up soon, but I feel like the timer that I have on my end is never accurate. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to have Chatty Doo's POV open because Chatty Doo is not subscribed to Sammy Doo, believe it or not. So I used to, for a brief time, I would have the stream open from Chatty Doo's perspective just to see if ads were really over, because sometimes it says they're over and I'm like, I can see the ads are still playing. So I'm like, I'm being lied to. But we'll hope it comes back. I know I mentioned before, I keep having the same problem where I get stuck in like 3 minutes of ads for a streamer and then it restarts, and so I get another, like, it wasn't as bad this time. Last time I got 2 sets of 3-minute ads and like it just bugged and played it twice. This time I got the 3 minutes of ads and then like halfway in it reset, so I got like 4 or 5 minutes of ads, which isn't as bad as the 6 minutes, but it was still like, dang, I hope the streamer's actually getting something out of this. Oh, you know what? This reminds me, I didn't color the inside of the ear on this frame. I know I'm gonna forget this on at least one frame. It's such a subtle difference that I don't think it'll be that big a deal, but if I can remember it, that would be amazing. Man, I was trying to hold my thought. for when ads were over, and I already forgot what we were talking about before. Ads are wrapping up. Oh, perfect timing. I can't remember what we were talking about before. I was trying to remember. I was like, cool, pause my thought, put a pin in it. I'll keep talking when the ads are done, and then I forgot. Let's see. We were talking about struggle bussin', VTuber. I guess I was kind of just talking about what I've been up to recently, huh? Yeah, I drew Bubble Cat, and then I had an animation for Bubble Cat that people really liked on the internet, and yeah, I just got a lot of motivation to draw and animate Bubble Cat again, which it's been a while, but I've had a few animations already sketched out for Bubble Cat that I just never finished. So I was like, well, now that people are like kind of showing a lot of love to Bubble Cat, maybe it's a good time to revisit those. So yeah, it's one of those things where like early on when I started drawing, people were like, oh, what inspires you to draw? And it sounds so cheesy when I say like, oh, other people inspire me to draw, like other artists and other, like, I don't know, people liking my stuff makes me want to do it more. And like the combination of all the people on Art Fight who attacked Bubble Cat and drew Bubble Cat art, and then also the response I got from that animation I posted, I was like, wow, people enjoyed this character, and it makes me really happy. Even if it's something that like, oh, they saw it once, they liked it, and then they're never gonna think about it again. But like even just that moment that they take to like or comment on it, I'm like, ooh, that makes me kind of happy, and it makes me want to do more. So just some lovies for Bubble Cat, just some squishy lovey. I do this to my cat sometimes, but I don't think she likes it that much. Squish, squish, squish. Okay. All right, anyways, where were we? Got this. Got ears. You know what? I'll just draw it in the purple so that I don't forget. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Like, there's literally no reason not to. I still believe that I'll forget, though. No, I should have faith. I should have faith that I won't forget to do this part in purple. Okay, alright guys. Squishy closed eyes on this one. I've never been able to wrap my head around 3D for VTubers. What program do you use to animate? I use Procreate, actually. Yeah, I sometimes like for like my model, my VTuber model, and then for like, I haven't done it in a while, but for like more like rigging animation, I usually use Live 2D. I did briefly use oh, what's the Adobe version called? Adobe. Oh, I'm blinking. What the heck was it called? It'll come to me like in the middle of the night, I swear. But anyways, yeah, usually Live 2D for like this kind of like me wiggling and rigging and stuff. But yeah, otherwise I mostly use Procreate. So I draw every individual frame, which sounds tedious, but I think once you get the hang of it and get lots of practice, like it starts to make a lot more sense and it becomes easier than you think. It's really just a matter of like optimizing how you draw each frame, I think, which is a little hard to describe, or at least for me. I find it hard to describe, but I also am not like professionally trained in this stuff. I just play around and figure it out as I go. I've made a few GIFs, but never a frame-by-frame animation. Yeah, it's, I mean, honestly, you'd be surprised at what you can do with very few frames. There was one that I did, I mean, like, even within the Bubble Cat ones, like, this is just 4 frames, and you can kind of get the idea of the motion. Like, it's not, like, super, super smooth, but, like, it doesn't take a whole lot to make it look like you kind of get the idea. But yeah, it has taken me a lot of practice. This one is more frames than that, but I feel like it's worth it. Flip, flip, flip. You're doing absolutely incredible. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can actually find some of my stuff on Jiffy if you look up Sammy Do or, yeah, with or without the space. Both should work. Uh, I've tried to upload more of my animations on there, but it's very hit or miss whether it works. And I don't really know what determines whether it works. And one thing I don't like about Jiffy is it doesn't tell you why an upload will fail. It'll just say upload failed, and I'll be like, it would be nice if you told me why, because I don't think it's the file size. The file size is always within its limit. I don't know if it's like the device I'm uploading it from, but I've tried both uploading it from Procreate directly and from like my phone, like if I send it to myself as a GIF. I did see someone say if you upload it as a GIF like file type, it doesn't always work, which I think is silly because it's called Jiffy, and I feel like sometimes it does work, but apparently like if you have a GIF and you change the like extension name from .gif to .png, it'll work, but then it'll still read it as a GIF for some reason. Like I don't know how that works, but apparently it does. I haven't tried that yet, but that's what I was seeing on Reddit. And so maybe I'll give that a shot, but it just seems like so much work for something that otherwise is just like you upload it and it's there. And I also hate that like when you upload it, you have to put in all the tags that you want and then upload it, and then it'll tell you if it failed. But I can't even like upload it and edit the tags afterwards, so I have to do the tag step. And so I'll spend like several minutes putting in a bunch of tags only for it to not work. And I think that part is also really frustrating because I'm spending all this time on it and then being told afterwards like, oops, upload failed, and then it doesn't tell me why. So I don't know. I once in a while have the motivation to try to troubleshoot, but it's so much time spent doing that when I could just be doing other fun little animations. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here for uploading things to Jiffy and whatever, and like that's like not my primary goal, if that makes sense. Also, what's ArtFight? I've seen a few friends doing it. Oh, so basically every year there's this, the website is called artfight.net, which actually I meant to put my ArtFight thing away, but ArtFight. So yeah, everyone has like a profile, and the idea is usually there will be 2 teams, and for the month of July, like you pick a team that you're on, and you quote unquote attack people by drawing their OC. So on your profile, you'll have like your characters with like character references and descriptions, and then you can attack people's characters by drawing them, and then you get a certain number of points. And they usually try to break it down by like how big of a drawing it is, how much like effort you put into it, whether it's like just a sketch versus like a full-blown drawing, or some people will do like crafts and like crochet stuff. And then when people attack you, you have the option to attack back in what's called a revenge attack. So you basically draw one of their characters back. And so it's a pretty much like back and forth art drawing game. You win points for your team, and then at the end of the month, they'll tally it up and be like, oh, team like whatever wins. Most people don't actually take it super competitively. It's just kind of an excuse to draw a bunch of people's OCs. So it's really fun. So cute. Yeah, actually the art that you see on the side of the screen over there on the left side, a lot of those are from ArtFight. So people saw like my Axadoodle character and my Bubble Cat character, or some people liked my character and they drew pictures of it. So yeah, a lot of those are from that, and I think it's really cool because I find it to be a good way to practice drawing, and it's also a good way to like meet new artists, I think. Yeah, this year they actually shook it up a bit and they did 3 teams instead of 2. And so they do this whole like reveal thing where they reveal the theme. So I think the first year I participated was 2024, and the teams were like Stardust and Seafoam. Last year was Fossils and Crystals, I think. And this year was Team Comedy, Team Tragedy, and Team Mystery. So very like drama themed. But yeah, it was kind of a huge drop where people were like, oh my gosh, there's 3 teams this year. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat, if you ask me. Oh, wrong layer. I was like, why was that so transparent? Yeah, but I participated for the first time, like I said, in 2024. Last year I technically participated, but I was a little too busy to like really get into it. So I only got one attack done, so I only had time to draw one character. And then this year I was able to get back into it. So I did 10 drawings, I did 10 attacks, and then I did not expect so many people to like my Bubble Cat and Axadoodle. So I got, and for context, the first year I participated, I got like 5 attacks, and I thought that was really cool because I was like, I didn't know many people super closely who did art fight. Like I followed a lot of people who did art fight, but it wasn't like I was like super close friends with them. Like they probably didn't know I existed. So I was fully expecting to just go in, I'll draw other people, and then that's that. Maybe I'll get a revenge attack here and there, but I wasn't like expecting it. And so I was really surprised that I got 5 attacks that year. This year, I uploaded this little guy who I guess simple characters are great magnets for attacks because I got 44 attacks this year alone, and I was like, oh my god. My original goal to do a revenge attack on every single person who attacked me, that went out the window. I do want to still try to draw people back. It ends in a couple days, but so I definitely don't think I'll have time to get through everyone's characters, but I did have a lot of them bookmarked so that maybe one day I can go back and draw them as a thank you. Holy guac, that's amazing. I know, right? I still can't believe it. Like and my husband's probably so annoyed with me because every time I got an attack, it was like immediately I would pull it up and I would run over to wherever he was just to show him. And he's like, "Oh, that's nice." And he's like being polite. And he's probably secretly annoyed with me, but I was like, "This is like the coolest thing ever to me." I was beyond flattered because I was like, it's just a bubble with cat ears and a tail. Like it's not anything special necessarily, but like people liked it enough to draw it, and that made my heart so happy. But yeah, like I said, I do feel bad though because I'm like, dang, I would love to do art back to all of these people who took time out of their day to draw my characters. And I can't. Like, even out of the 10 that I did, I think 4 or 5 of them were revenge attacks. So half of them were revenge. And then, yeah, but I was like, I can't do 44. Some people can't. Some people, there's also a thing you can do called mass attacks where you attack multiple characters in the same like piece of work. So like I know Cats at Play, who was in chat earlier, they did a lot of mass attacks where they include a lot of characters into one drawing. I got attacked in a mass attack that was actually it was a music video that was posted on YouTube, and they just had this whole like animation like with a mini plot and everything. Or no, yeah, no, yeah, it was a music video. That's what it was. And like, so it was just a whole bunch of characters in this music video, and I was like, wow, that is really cool, and I'm so flattered that I got included in that. So yeah, that's one way that people get through a lot of like, I think that still counts as one attack, but you get a lot of points for it because there's a lot of characters in it. Yeah, but I was like, I can't get through 44 attacks. It would be nice, but I had to be realistic with myself. Oh my goodness, sorry, my husband's playing Baldur's Gate. Whatever happens sounds good. But yeah, I don't have a door in this room, so unfortunately there's nothing I can do about that. So he's just part of the BGM. He's part of the vibe. Oh, you know what I was surprised about? Because he's had Baldur's Gate for a while, but he never really like got very far when he played it the first time. Um, but one thing I remember seeing a lot of was the clip of people kicking that squirrel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, like I think you can literally look up Baldur's Gate squirrel, and it will probably come up. And he got to that part. He didn't choose to kick the squirrel, but that's all I could think about was the people who did kick the squirrel, and then yeah, if you know, you know. I won't spoil it in case you don't want spoilers, even though the game's been out for a while. Hype to your husband's game? True. Hype, hype, hype. He definitely sounds hyped, all right. Yeah, I'll probably, whenever I finish streaming, I mean, I've still got some energy left in me, but whenever I do decide to wrap it up, I will probably watch him play because he's streaming it to Discord with our friends right now. He's playing with some college friends of ours, and it has been fun to watch, I will say. Tongue is doing some grumblies. That sounds very fun to watch. Yeah. Even if I'm like not fully paying attention, which like normally I am, but like normally I'll have it open and also do other stuff. Like if I'm like drawing or whatever, I'll just have it in the background. But yeah, it's fun to watch for sure. I feel like he underestimates how funny it is to watch him play certain games because he used to stream, but yeah, he hasn't streamed in a while. But yeah, he's a very very animated guy, so is very entertaining to watch. I love having streams of friends or Twitch to have as BGM. Yeah, I agree. It's like having company even if you're like doing your own thing. And I really like that kind of like environment, I feel like. Let's make this like extra curvy to emphasize the squish. Stretch this heart. I'll give him a follow if he has his username. Yeah, here, oh, I can't remember my shout out command. I haven't used it in a while. Shout out, I think it's SO. Hi, honey. There we go. Recently, oh my gosh, was his last stream the time that we drew Psyduck together? Because that I think is the only time he ever streamed art. Yeah, Kai-Han is not much of an art streamer. But I think the last time he streamed was probably the time we streamed together. Anyways, yeah, that's his username if you guys do want to follow him. That's my lovely husband. He hasn't streamed in a while, but maybe we can inspire him. You guys have been getting previews of what his stream would be like in the background of my streams for the last year. It's like free advertising. Yeah, I guess while I'm at it here, I'll shout out my other VTuber child who has streamed more recently, but also hasn't. It's been a little bit. Let's see. Shout out. I think it's the Vanilla Mochi. I like all sorts of streamers. Nice. Like I said, I'm not sure if he'll come back to streaming, but if he does, I'm sure he'll appreciate the company. Yeah, and there's my other VTuber child. He streamed, I think, like a month or two ago. His stream schedule tends to depend on his work schedule, but when he does stream, it is very nice to hang out in his streams too. He's a really fun guy. So yeah, if you want to give him a follow, those are my two probably most active VTuber kids. I've done models for other people too, but I feel like it has to be a curse or something where I'll make a model for someone, and I don't really actively have commissions per se for models, but now and then someone will like ask me, or like it'll be someone I've like interacted with in other communities, and they'll reach out as like a favor, and so I'll do like a kind of special case commission, if that makes sense. But yeah, somehow everyone, like I make them a model and they stream for a little bit and then they disappear after some time. I followed them both. Nice. Well, thank you on their behalf. I'm sure they'll see it one of these days. Yeah, I guess also, yeah, that's pretty much it. Who else can I shout out? I don't know. I feel like none of my streamer, like my closer streamer friends stream, but I do have like suggested channels on my channel too. Just a lot of people that I follow or I look up to and stuff like that. Yeah, I won't overload you guys with the. Which one is it? Okay, I won't overload you guys with people to follow. But those are a few. Yeah. At least a few that I'm particularly close to, I should say. Should I do a little reflection here? Maybe. We'll put this here, and then if we don't like it, we can get rid of it later. Okay. Restart that. Let's go like this. This. There we go. Kind of. Looks kind of crooked. And we'll use this as a comparison. I have a bad habit of disappearing in Twitch streams too, but I come back once in a while. Yeah, no, I feel that. I think I was saying earlier too, like I feel like I have like bursts of time where I like am pretty consistent about like checking out my usual streamers and stuff, and then after a while I get kind of busy, and then it kind of fall off on that front. But I try my best to like check now and then just to see who's live and everything, especially because for some reason, and I feel like I've tried so many things at this point, my phone won't give me Twitch notifications. Like it hasn't been giving me notifications in like at least a year at this point. um, and I tried troubleshooting it. I tried completely re-downloading the app, like completely undownloading it and re-downloading it. I saw someone saying like, oh, turn off like whatever setting or turn on this or that setting. I feel like I've tried like everything I've seen online, and like I don't know. But I don't want to turn on email notifications because one, because I don't see email notifications right away anyways, but also I feel like my Gmail has been like really full lately, and so I would have to go through and delete them afterwards, and it would become a whole thing probably. Let's see, how are we feeling about this? Okay, that's squishing. I'm not sure how I feel about the reflection on the nose. I think I might skip that. I'll just put some more sparkles on it. Maybe I'll change my mind later. Like, I think if I do, I have to add it to the frames before and after too, though. I think same thing again. I need some more blue on the top. Just a little bit. Be a little bit on the tail too. Okay, that's coming along. That's about half the animation so far. Oh, should we wrap up here? It's been 3 hours. I think I would keep going, except my stomach is starting to hurt a little bit. I think all those hiccups are ads. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I think I might wrap up. I'm thinking more milk, drink more milk. If my stomach already hurts, that's a terrible idea. I might take this time to look for someone to raid though. Let's see. Ooh, Pokopia. I do need to check on my Pokopia. The stream husband, yeah, there he is. The stream husband. Lunar Oddities followed you and Vanilla Mochi. Yeah, so maybe you should stream. Just kidding, no pressure. I just thought it was funny. We were talking about it. It was a topic of conversation. So I sent some people your way. I told them you don't really stream anymore though, but if you do ever decide to come back for some reason, you'll have some people waiting for you in the front seat. Yeah, Vanilla Mochi maybe will come back eventually because he streams once in a while. But yeah, Kai. Oh yeah, Kai. I think your last stream was the one where we drew Psyduck, because it said your last stream category was art, and I don't think you've ever streamed art other than that. So I think that's really funny. Anyways, yeah, I'll probably wrap up here. I feel like this is pretty good progress. And because we were like sketching stuff out at the beginning of the stream, I think we could totally knock this out in one more stream, because it's just 3 more frames left. But like I said, my tummy's kind of rumbly, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. This reason's been going for a while, but I don't think they're ending soon, so let me just double check. Yeah, we'll raid Misha. Yeah, Misha Kuma. She's playing Pokopia, and I think I will probably play Pokopia a little bit too. I don't think I'm gonna play. but I will log in and see what's in my shop and stuff. But anyways, let me get this raid started. I'll send a raid message. Yeah, we haven't done a raid message in a while. We'll go raid, sub raid. So message if you're subbed, message if you're not. And then let me get this started. Misha, Kuma. Alrighty. Cool. Have a good night. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me turn my music off. I cannot think like this. Okay, start raid. All right, take care. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for the company. Yeah, bye-bye.